Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am your refined mental woman, Melissa J. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And if you have any further connections you want to make with me about, any topics that I'm speaking about, you can email me at melissaj328 at gmail.com. All right. For this topic, I could not wait. Um, just got out of the shower. Okay. Had a very long, busy day today because I am working on some things, as we all should be working on ourselves. Because on my channel, I speak about that, self love is powerful, and it is. So, hey, I got comfortable and I couldn't hold this topic in as I was in the shower, and I just wanted to come here, this evening to share this with you because, on my last videos, I was talking about, the epidemic of the narcissism and the different type of effects that narcissism have on people and what it can do to take uh, your life from you to make you feel very lifeless and forget yourself and who you really are. This thing went off. I time myself when I take a shower because um yeah, that's what I do sometimes. I just have to do that sometimes because it helps me to figure out know the next thing I need to do. But no. So I wanted to add this topic today saying that, you got your creators versus your destroyers here in these last days and time. And I couldn't help but, you know, think about that here on this planet, we mostly got more destroyers because, I mean, come on, we can all agree. Look around you. I mean, shit is destructive. People are um, destroying themselves, okay, destroying others, very boastful, competitive. They don't have no type of consideration for others. And it does not even matter who you are in these last days and time. So, the world itself right in front of us is being destroyed. So, right now, that energy is winning over because it knows that there is going to be um, creators who are they are here still, okay, but however, because these people are very patient, okay, they take their time because time is much more valuable than money. In fact, it's worth more than money, but a lot of people, they just don't look at it like that. But when you are a creator, that's how you look at things because you don't go off the thing as far as like your ideas. I mean, excuse me. You go off more off your ideas rather than the thought of, winning over somebody just to, get whatever you need or want out of somebody. You know what I mean? Um it's the idea that is much more wealthier than the return of it as far as within a physical, tool like money, which is just paper. But the thought of that idea is just much more valuable and much more worthy. The fact that you was able to think of that and turn it into um, a financial um, a financial what the word I want to use return for the lack of a better word. I just got a shower. Might be the scarf on my head, but it's okay. Um, that allowed you to change the world for the better, you know, moving it up too. But in order for these creators to create, the ideas that are manifested in their heads, okay, and in order for them to utilize that to physically put that out to the world, patience is the very, very, very main key to manifesting the idea and growing it as greater than yourself, or putting it out to people, to the masses, so they can be able to utilize that service, you know what I mean? And see, in these last days, we don't have a lot of people that are very patient, okay? So let's coffee. Gotta have just a little bit coffee for the night. um so what happens is that because of social media and people are, putting things out there that they're doing this, they're doing that, you got people that become impatient because they want to compete and they want to compare instead of, looking at themselves and create things. So because they looking at the wrong thing, the competing, the comparing, and the competition of someone else, meaning the reflection, okay, paying attention, they actually take that focus off of themselves. Okay, that's why I talk about self a lot, and I just want to set the record straight for that. I'm not saying in a selfish way. I don't say that, but I just see that you know we got more people that are destroyers in this world than creators, because they looking at things outside of themselves rather than looking within, okay, and following that guide to direct you to your righteous path of your self-love journey, so you can service out to others. Because like I speak about all the time, we all come here for gifts, but the problem is people are not patient. And I say self love is powerful, right? It is. But patience is power, because that will get you up to your higher continuous self, which is the power, for one. Okay. That is your guide. That is your connection. That is your direction up to. But however, because we got more people that are impatient and they don't know how to, be patient to heal themselves and to make sure they go in the righteous direction, they are too busy looking at distractions outside of them. And this will cause their energy to be more of on the destroyer side, because when you start looking at other people doing what they are doing and you looking at yourself in a way that is beneath that, when you're supposed to be really looking inside of yourself so you can rise up to and follow your own path. And we're all supposed to have a connection in that path, because we all come here for a reason. We all have gifts, but we have to make sure we make that choose of thyself. But we have many people making choices instead of doing the choosing of self that makes you chosen. Okay. I mean, I hope I'm not really losing anybody, but you know, that's the reason. You cannot pay attention. Pay. When you pay something, that's a means of a bill. Okay. You're paying attention out here in social media. You're paying attention out here in, the society and the things that they want to lead you into, instead of you rising up to, meaning up to your higher self, so you can level up and do the things you're supposed to do, meaning your purpose, your power, the reasons, and why you're here. So that's why we have a lot more people that just fall on the destructive side, because they begin to not only destroy themselves, but they also destroy the people and the things around them. And I'm not saying just like, oh, you gonna throw this across the room, or you gonna, just do chaotic things. It's like this world is falling, and it doesn't matter what level of mentality that you're on. You when you functioning as a you person, instead of utilizing this body as a vessel that was given to you, that was a gift to you, that was sent here on this rim to do whatever purpose you're supposed to do, people are too busy worried about other people, and they forget their purpose, and then they're falling victim to feelings that uh, play on your heartstrings to keep them beneath and getting them into things instead of up to, meaning rising and leveling up. And they become weak minded on the destroyer side and become a possession, okay, because they are possessed by the things outside of them. All right. See, that's in my Self Love is Powerful ebook that I am getting together. And I'll be letting you all know soon here when I'm going to launch it. But I speak about that when people sit up here and they look outside themselves instead of looking within and who they are, the things outside of them always befell them, and they wonder why they're always, in their feelings, or feel a certain type of way, and they don't have no ambition, but they're looking for success. But see, you don't realize that you are a master success when you house the body. Okay, your mission is your ambition, and your ambition is your mission, meaning your purpose path. That is your power. That is your self-love power, because you all come here for a purpose. But however, the game of life is to find that purpose, and the purpose is yourself. All people that are born, when it leads to self, you just have to find yourself because you were born, okay? But you have to find yourself. And see, by me even speaking those words, or could sound just words just as plain, but when you look up to, okay, and function not on the, will operate on the higher realms and not just the lower surface vision realms, but the detailed visionness that rise up to. See, I talk about that role 13 that sits on top, guiding and leading. You are self-made persons, but it is so easy and so tricky here that you will be able to get caught up in your desires. Everything here is an opportunity for people to create, okay? But see, we got too many people worried about the wrong things, and making the easier choice instead of choosing. They make choices instead of choosing thyself. And then they become more of a destructive person and destroy things instead of a creative person that creates a service, okay, that gets it connected from the sourceful connection to service the people. Okay. See, we're moving in those times right now. 2020 is a very, very, very great year. It is. It's the beginning of a decade. And this is going to determine a lot of things, because now a lot of people, they're not really wanting to work physically. It's more like a mental thing. It's an intelligent, telepathical telegram, more, connecting with their higher selves continuously, because there's no stop once you get to self. But however, it's a battle up that hill. Heal yourself. It's a battle up the hill. You got to stop being raised by society and rise up to the realization of your reality, and that is yourself. But the self is so precious. Self is so, that's that jewel to your crown. We all have crowns. You're going to have to really watch out for these groups. I'm going to drop little, notifications along your self-love journey of things that you need to watch out for, because people gonna have groups in these last days and time, which they call like false prophets and stuff like that, because there are false prophets out here. Okay. I'm just gonna say that. It's a whole bunch of them. Yeah. They know who they are, but they make money off this higher intelligence, telegraphing, off making money off people. So I'm just going to say, just be very, very mindful, because you have to know what you will accept and what you will not accept. That's why I say it's very important to know yourself. A society, they don't want you to know yourself. That's why they threw, religion out here. That's why they have a government out here. That's why they, control people through insurance. That's why they have money, to control, people through the banks and stuff like that. Because You know, it's the master to slave realm. It really is. And those things I name are the main entities that control really everything, no matter if you do have a business or not. You know, you do have destroyers that need to destroy because they need to destroy the people that are destroyers. But however, what goes down comes up. What comes up comes down. You know, you have to. It's just very tedious. You really have to watch out because you really can't let nobody just tell you what it is what you need to do. You could take opinions from people. You can see into things or look at things so you can rise up to what resonates with you. If it resonates with you and it goes with you, whether you can see it or not, but you can feel it. That's why I talk about the energies. You know that's what that is. That's the way you're supposed to be going. Open that door, look through that window and take that opportunity because we are in a land of opportunity. Creators know how to utilize the opportunity to arise them up. But we got so many destroyers that it's more destroyers than it is creators. But however, the destroyers, they won't win because the creators, they already won. You see what I'm saying? They have. It's just that the energy fight that is unseen is who's going to get the control. It's like two children watching TV fighting over control, the remote control to change the channel. So when we get more creators, which is these are the children that will be born here, in the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, they're going to be more creative. The destroyers, they know they're dying because everything else is out here. Ain't nobody really doing no creating. I mean, there are some, but you can't get to these people. They're taking their patience to power to take over because it's a very tedious job to do. So you won't see it, but it's only ones like me who are those self-made person who can feel that. And there's others. That's why I'm giving you a notification and warning you about these things on the direction that you're supposed to be going, and that is to self. And I'm not saying in a selfish way. Okay. I'm gonna, end that right here about the creators and the destroyers. I'm gonna add to this probably in one of my later videos, but I just wanted to add to what I was speaking about last week on my videos about the, narcissism, because destroyers will bring out the worst in people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying things always have to be good, 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 or bad, bad, bad. But there is that righteous path, which is a narrow one, that people that they don't want to travel that one. That's the one I'm on. I'm on the narrow path. It's not no good. It's not no bad. It's a beautiful journey, but it's a tedious journey. And sometimes I enter into things that I have to go through in order for me to level up. It's the game of life. It's nothing to play with. However, you can play, Monopoly and whatever other games, the life game they got out there, stuff like that. But I'm in the real game of life. This is the realization. And you should too, but you got to be willing to go through certain levels and steps to get there. Sometimes it could take up to 10 years. Sometimes it could take 20. Depends on your path, that you set out for yourself. You the one created that, maze for you, and then you got a name, right? Was born because you have to be born on this rim, right? On this rim. And to get to yourself, your higher self. Some people have already mastered that. Yeah. I didn't know about this stuff, a long time ago, but be very mindful what school of thought that you allow yourself to go to get that higher intel. But be mindful, you don't have to stay in those school of thoughts. They're out here, to a certain extent. But a lot of them, they just want to make money off of you. Just a lot of them, mostly all of them. You know, I'm probably the only one that's not doing that. Just taking money from people. I'm not doing it because when you get into higher connections that is above this realm, shit like that is not for sale. It's not for sale. You can't buy that nowhere. You have to be able to be willing to go through challenges. You know, you have to be willing to sacrifice a lot of shit. When I say lots, and it's a continuous thing, you damn near gotta just, that higher self, that continuous self, that forever, that eternal is a jewel. That's the most precious thing of you. And if you don't want that, you surely shall die. That's what they talk about when they say about everlasting life. But the destroyers, because they don't want you to do that, they already know they are going to be destroyed as they are being. Okay? They already know that. But you got to go through a lot. You got to be willing to face all type of demons, slaying them, all type of shit, you know? That's why I'm writing a book now, because I've been through a lot of shit. And I was already getting prepared for it, you know, that I was going to have to do these things long time ago. Well, I'm not going to go too further in this one. I kind of went over, you know, but I just wanted to get out a couple of things, you know, and speak. Of course, you know, I couldn't hold it in, just got out the shower. But I promise you, next time I come back, I'll glean it up a bit, you know. But when you be yourself, you're not worried about putting on no makeup. You ain't worried about, you know, looking. You just being yourself, but not saying unkept. You see what I'm saying? But hey, sometimes that's what it is. Oh well. If you have any questions that you want to email me about, you can do that at melissaj328@gmail.com. And I'll answer your questions in an orderly fashion, or you can just comment below. All right? And I'll answer you there as well. Okay? Well, I'm not going to say you all have a beautiful day, but you have a great evening. And I promise you, I'll see you at my next video. Hey, thank you.